got a new Superman trailer, huh? Well, I got a crypto popcorn bucket and a Fortress of Solitude glowing cup. Yeah, it's a good freaking day to be a Superman fan. I feel so good, I can start flying right now. Someone Photoshop this and make me look cool. That's how the new Superman trailer got me. Superman fans, we just got ourselves what might be the final trailer for Superman. And just when I thought I had seen all the footage I needed to get me to an insane hype level for this film, this trailer blew it out of the water and gave us so many more amazing moments. I am counting down the days till I could see that early fan screening. But I don't want this just to be about my opinion. I want to hear from you guys. Did any of this footage push you over the edge to excitement? Are you still skeptical on it? Because we will address some of the complaints we're still getting from fans about this movie. Anything and everything, be sure and leave me your opinion down below. And also be sure to check out the shorts page on the channel because I got a sneak peek at some of the popcorn bucket merch and that was a lot of fun to make. All right, yeah, so for the past couple of days, or I want to say week or two, we've been getting smaller TV spots for Superman that's included some really fun footage. And so kind of just getting on that stuff before we get onto the final trailer here, there's really only two segments that really caught my attention, and that really has to deal with the Justice Gang, because we get an extended shot of Guy Gardner using his Green Lantern powers to form together a middle finger, and I just love that that's something that exists out there. For non-comic book fans who are still unaware who Guy Gardner is, this is exactly in line with his personality, and I could tell he's just gonna be so much fun. He even got a really tense moment in this newest trailer with Superman.
Make a move, Big Blue.
And I kind of would love to see just a small battle between a Green Lantern and a Superman. The other one was for Mr. Terrific, where he's just really upset that Superman is bringing his dog to the big battle.
You brought that dog, man!
I just love the anger in his voice, and there's even a similar moment like that in the final trailer where he's kind of really annoyed with Superman.
Hey! Quit messing around! I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Some people complain that that felt out of place or whatnot, but I am loving how much of Superman's personality we're getting now. There's a lot of moments in this final trailer where just hearing David Cornsweet talk or saying lines like,
I was sent here to help the world be a better place. That is why I do what I do.
No matter what you do to me, Luthor, your plans won't work.
Good luck with that. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
it just really feels like Superman, and having him have this kind of personality makes me so much more excited for when they eventually lead into a Justice League film, because I can't wait to see those interactions with his teammates. But okay, now just kind of sticking to the final trailer, it really opens up with Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, just doing what he does best, being an absolute hater. And maybe it's too early to call it, but when I see Nicholas Hoult's Lex Luthor saying things like this,
"Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too."
I feel like we are about to witness the best Lex Luthor performance in a movie. I know Smallville fans will want to fight me on that, so that's why I added in a movie. But I think the thing that blew me away the most from this final trailer was just some of the visuals, because I gotta admit, this Superman movie looks weird. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's very much embracing its heightened comic book side, and I think for some people, that's just not what they were expecting with this brand new Superman movie, but maybe it's exactly what we needed, because it very much seems like James Gunn is crafting a fully lived-in DC universe, and it's actually becoming more refreshing. So while, yeah, I'm so curious how they're gonna explain this weird alien standing in front of Lex Luthor that he's clearly manipulating and maybe holds the key to this pocket universe that Lex Luthor has a hold of, or even just majestic, gorgeous shots like this one of Superman holding a little green baby alien that we know, thanks to a lot of the toys, is named Baby Joey, and this is supposed to be the offspring of Metamorpho, who is off to the side assisting Superman. And this also probably explains why Metamorpho is forced to help Lex Luthor and even creates kryptonite at one point to weaken Superman, because he must do everything Lex Luthor says if he doesn't want his child getting hurt. But again, this shot here, just gorgeous, just amazing. Crypto off to the side, green baby alien, Metamorpho. These are not things I would have expected in this movie, but I'm fully willing to embrace them as long as the movie makes it make sense within its own world. And I guess that's where we got to talk about some of the more wackier shots of this trailer, like of Superman really zoomed in or flying off. This is where people are making fun of the movie. Or heck, this awesome shot of Superman and Krypto teaming up to punch a couple of Lex Luthor soldiers. These are sequences that are getting a lot of hate online, saying that it looks off. The CGI looks terrible. This is a PlayStation video game, when I think people are not understanding what James Gunn is going for here. This is not going to be the best example, but I still stand by it. I think back to the Flash movie, and you remember the sequences when he was going through time and how much hate the CGI of those moments got. It's not that the CGI on those moments were bad. It's that it was stylized CGI and was purposely meant to look the way it was, this kind of uncanny 3D effect, because he's crossing through time. It wasn't supposed to look like a realistic effect, yet it got a whole bunch of hate. I think that same kind of logic is being applied to Superman, where it's not supposed to look realistic. It's supposed to look heightened, exaggerated, comic booky, like a cartoon brought to life, because that's the world we're being invited into. It's a fictional, vibrant universe. We've had enough of superhero movies attempting to stay grounded and realistic for so long. I'm ready for what is essentially the equivalent of Speed Racer in comic book movie form. So I totally get people pointing out something that looks CGI because it's not trying to be realistic, so it stands out. But to me, that's a purposeful visual style that the movie's embracing, and I'm all up for it. Now, some other interesting things happening in this final trailer is the big battle with Ultraman. Yes, we get some shots of it on the baseball field. That's so cool to see Superman pull off a suplex on somebody. But in other sequences, you can really tell that the trailer is purposely hiding the face of whoever Superman is fighting, because I think the reveal of who is under the Ultraman suit is going to be kind of a big one, whether it is a Superman clone, so David Cornsweet ends up playing two roles. I've already seen some people think that it's Lobo because of the long hair and build, but Lobo doesn't really have laser vision. I've seen the Supergirl theory, Bizarro theories, whatever it is, this battle is gonna be awesome. I am starting to fear that we're crossing into a territory of maybe revealing a little too much, because even some of the scenes shown off in this final trailer, I kind of wish I just saw them for the first time in the movie, but these action sequences look like something that we've never really seen in a Superman movie before. I mean, this heat vision sequence alone had my jaw on the ground happy. I even like this added touch that James Gunn added to his Superman, that from this intense heat vision battle, his eyes are given this like red soreness effect, and that's just a detail I enjoy. I am kind of curious how I'm gonna feel about the Daily Planet crew taking one of Mr. T's ships and flying it off on their own with Lois, Jimmy Olsen, and Barry White. That's maybe where I'm feeling, okay, this is a little too silly, but I can't complain too much when I'm trying to let some of the silliness be embraced in this movie. It's really got me already 1000% sold on this movie. I do not need to see any more footage, even though I know I won't be able to help myself. So kind of one of the last things I want to bring up with this final trailer is that James Gunn was teasing this week what the post-credits scene could look like for Superman. I might sound disappointing, but to me, I feel like it probably is the best choice. He said exactly, "I have a philosophy about post-credit scenes. It's somewhat related to my own mistakes in my time with Marvel. I did not like what I did in Guardians 2, where I set up Adam Warlock, and we set up the Guardians of the Galaxy, and we set up all this that I didn't necessarily plan on. Well, I guess I kind of planned on fulfilling that Adam Warlock promise, but you want to be careful about that. The way a post-credit scene works is a punch to the face, like, oh my god, look at this. At times when you're using it solely to set up something, sometimes you're screwing yourself over. It was not easy to work Adam Warlock into Guardians 3. I loved working with Will Poulter, and I like dealing with characters, but at the end of the day, was he kind of fitting a weird squared peg into a round hole? A little bit, yeah. And if you don't understand what James Gunn is saying, he's basically telling you whatever the post-credit scene for Superman ends up happening, it's not going to be a big old tease. It's not going to be a huge promise of what's next. Probably something Supergirl related, since that's already in the can, coming soon. That's fine for you to tease because you have that. But as far as what will happen in the next Superman sequel or what might be next for Superman himself, it looks like it'll be just the smallest tease because he doesn't want to overpromise himself like he did with Adam Warlock, a character he found kind of hard to work into Guardians 3, even though I think he did a great job with that. It's just a dang good time to be a Superman fan. All that's left now is for me to make that merch hunt video, that and finishing up the prequel novel video I told you guys about. Hey, I ain't the real Superman. I can't read that fast, even though it's a junior novel. But you guys let me know what you thought about the final trailer for Superman. Anything, everything, be sure and like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.